Whenever my oldest nephew Austin was born, he had a congenital heart defect, and this resulted in him receiving a heart transplant right before he turned two. It was actually 2 days before his second birthday that he received a new heart. Whenever he turned 16, he received a surgery to have a pacemaker put in and was placed back on the list for a second heart transplant. Unfortunately, the second time, he did not get a new heart in time. Later that year, he went into cardiac arrest and he did pass away. Organ donation is something that not many people know a whole lot about. And so today I'd like to just take a little time to talk to you about what organ donation is and why it's so important. WebMD defines organ transplantation as the surgical removal of a healthy organ from one person and its transplantation into another person whose organ has failed or is injured, and this is often a life-saving procedure. There are 6 organs that can be transplanted. Kidneys is the most common transplantation that is done. You can also donate heart, liver, lungs, pancreas, and the intestines. There are also 5 types of tissue that can be donated. The cornea, bone and tendon, heart valve, skin, and blood vessels and veins. A lot of these can be very beneficial as well. If not life-saving, the corneas can give people a chance to be able to see. Skin transplants help with burn and trauma victims so that the chance of infection goes down. Bone and tendons can keep people from needing to have a limb amputated. So even if they're not a life-saving donation, it's still going to greatly improve the quality of life for the recipient. They do a lot of testing to match blood types, tissue types, and everything. It can be done if the donor and the recipient are not a perfect match. However, that does increase the chance of rejection of the organ. According to the donorrecovery.org website, there are over 100,000 people waiting for an organ donation transplant. There's a person added to that list about every 30 minutes, and about 30 people die daily waiting for a transplant. One person who chooses to donate all of their organs and tissues can help up to 58 people. That is a lot of people for just one person. So, if you are interested in becoming an organ donor, there are a few ways to do that. You can register whenever you renew your driver's license. You can register on donatelife.org. And one of the most important things is talking to your family and letting them know that you do wish to be a donor. Because a lot of times, even if you're registered, they will need the consent of your family to be able to use and donate your organs and tissues. I know a lot of people find it uncomfortable to talk or even really think about organ donation just because it is kind of hard to think about what's going to happen whenever you die. However, if you can save one life, much less help up to 58 people with the organs and tissues that you're not going to be using once you pass on, I think that is a great way to just help others, because you never know whose life you could save. Because of one donor, we got an extra 14 years with my nephew, who turned out to be one of the most kind and awesome people that you could ever meet. So that is just something to keep in mind, and I hope that that makes you think a little bit about becoming an organ donor if you are not.